Hi friends, this is Galileo Impact Stories. Today we decided to talk about SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. What are the 17 SDG? Why were they created? I will make a short introduction to the topic and then give the word to renowned expert in this area. The Sustainable Development Goals are 17 global goals set by the United Nations General Assembly for the year 2030. On September 25th of 2015, 193 member states of the United Nations have adopted a set of goals to end poverty, protect the planet, and achieve world of universal respect for human rights and human dignity, the rule of law, justice, equality, and non-discrimination. 17 goals, 169 targets. SDGs are a new universal set of goals, targets and indicators that United Nations member states will be expected to use to frame their agendas and policies till 2030. The goals and targets will stimulate global action in areas of critical importance for humanity and the planet. People. They are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality. Planet. They are determined to protect the planet from degradation by taking urgent actions on climate change. Prosperity. Goals are determined to ensure that all human beings can enjoy prosperous and fulfilling lives in harmony with nature. Peace. They are determined to foster peaceful, just and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. Partnership. Goals are determined to create a global partnership for sustainable development based on a spirit of global solidarity and with the participation of all countries, all stakeholders and all people. Alright, in theory everything looks great, but does the implementation of goals work in reality? What governments do in order to involve billions of people in SDG agenda? This is the main question, and I know who can answer it. Last week I've spent in Riga, Latvia, where I was lucky to attend a lecture of the ambassador Francis O'Donnell. He served as a United Nations official for 32 years. He helped to launch economic, environmental and public administration initiatives, advanced poverty reduction and human rights in different countries. In more recent years, he worked as an advisor to the Global Partnership Forum in New York and as a strategic advisor to a non-violent peace force. So, I've asked him about the mechanism of SDG implementation and how he evaluates chances to reach all 17 goals in 2030. And here is what he said.
Yeah, I think, in every country where we have a UN presence, we have, as I mentioned, a position of a person called the resident coordinator, who is the chairman of the board, or chairperson of the board of all of the UN agencies that are operating there. So this person will supervise, as it were, and coordinate the activities of UNICEF, of the International Labour Organization, of the Food and Agriculture Organization, of the UNDP, the Development Programme, of UNESCO, of any of the other agencies who are on the ground, including UN High Commissioner for Refugees. And works very closely also with members of sitting on the same committees, representatives of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, and sometimes the Red Cross as well, though it's not part of the UN. So all of these will focus on working closely with the government of that country and with the subnational authorities at city and provincial level to ensure that plans are put in place for achieving these goals and that resources are applied through the budgetary process and also through public-private partnerships to help achieve the goals. That's the way it works. We are only 2 years in, we are actually 4 years into it, aren't we, for 2015, 2019. I'm not yet a pessimist, so I think that there are very good chances that most of those targets will be reached. But it does take a huge political commitment globally as well as at national level. one of the most important things is to ensure that the resources that are put aside to achieve these goals are not then diverted into militarization and security adventures. I think that's important, and that's why the security side of it is also very important. And peace and security is, in fact, goal number 16, in fact, of the 17. And the 17th goal is about partnerships that would help implement the rest. Okay.
Well, this was Francis O'Donnell, a former United Nations official with 32 years of experience. What do you think about SDGs? Do you act for its success in 2030? Share your actions to inspire others in comments. And that's all for today. As usually, see you next Monday, and bye! Have a nice day!